And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. Shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. For just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
Man, that poison was rough. I thought about getting the poison back on, but I won't worry about it. But like, I don't know. It irritates me because of that. It could be worse. All right, can we just go? I'm so done with it. Just run. They're just unnecessary pricks. Yes, you're unnecessary pricks. Fuck off. I don't need your crap. Ugh. Treasure trips. What's this? What is this? Is this a different map? Different location? What? Okay, it's a different map. Okay. You all made it? Yeah, okay. Why are they such a nuisance to me? Glad I brought my ability to revive my pet. I mean, the good news is like, at least hang in there. And the only good news I'll say is that at least we're not debooed anymore. Still. Honestly, the desert seems much more vast in Guild Wars 1 than is 2. 2 seems like it's not obsessively vast, but it's still a very big area. It's still like a very large environment. It just doesn't have this vibe of insanity. Do the slamming skill, we're pretty much good. Okay, so as I was saying, the desert doesn't feel as intimidating and encompassing, and this one it just feels like it's everywhere. It's constant. I also do hate some of their patrols because some of the patrols are like, yeah, you're supposed to hit them, but it's also like, I don't want to do that. It's such a nuisance. This is the thing too. In Guild Wars 2, I like exploring the environment. I like traveling about. And in this one, it's fun for a little bit, but then it gets to be such a nuisance when you get so far down it. It probably gets better when you level up and you have better gear and all that stuff, but it's not enjoyable at the start. And that, I feel like, is not a good thing. It is from an older time, and therefore an older way of... It's an older genre, but it's not a good genre to do for exploration because... Or at least it's not good for, like, new players. Because of the fact that it makes traveling a punishment and not a reward. And Guild Wars 2 makes your explorations feel like a reward for your journeys and things, whereas Guild Wars 2 isn't, or Guild Wars 1 isn't. And that's probably something they learned along the way. God, I hate these stupid things. So maybe that's what they took from Guild Wars 2 and they're like, or Guild Wars 1, they're like, okay, this traveling around isn't that fun. And yes, you probably would have way more fun traveling with friends, but I haven't really went on my way to make friends, I won't lie. Not because of anything particular, I don't have time for it. I have to work, I'm trying to get through the basics of the game. And I don't have time to try and socialize. Because I'm still learning the basics. I was like that with Guild Wars 2, too. When I first started playing, I barely socialized at all. Whoa, that thing's like a dinosaur. It's a sand drake. I barely socialized. I got until I got to level 80. Then I started socializing because by that point I got the mechanics of the game. I knew how to do the basic core stuff. I was still very much new to the game as far as like the extra stuff and the fun little tids and bits, but I liked it. Most gamers I think are like that, where they like to learn on the fly or in your own time. I don't know why. It just is how it is. So there's a gate over there. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I didn't see the third one, the first one, or second one. Okay, let's go. I see a waypoint up there. Yeah. So there's a waypoint over, looks like there's a gate over here around the corner. Desert griffins. Now griffins actually make sense to me. Sorry, I was trying to avoid combat directly. Okay, they don't hurt that much. Griffins actually make sense. These griffins don't look as good as the griffins I know in Guild Wars 2. I don't mind them, but they honestly look more like gargoyles to me than they do griffins. But, you know, in Guild Wars 2 you can actually ride them. They look like owls. I love the fact they look like barn owls. By default. Or like, not barn owls, but owls. My favorite skin makes it look like it's a leopard and an owl combined. Okay. See, these are 21, but they don't really feel that much stronger. It could be just based on their skills and the fact that they're considered like animal-ish or monster-ish. So animals are not nearly as intelligent as like the spiders and stuff. Could be that like an ambush predator versus non-ambush predator type thing. Okay, so I think that waypoint's on the other side. So there's something over there. Sand giant. Okay. There's a teleporter over there. I kind of want to go back and see what is on the other side of that over here. So I just go around the mountain and go through, because I kind of want to see what this is. I don't know if it'll lead me to another map or another town. I'm hoping another town, but honestly, it's probably just gonna be another map. I would love to be optimistic, but I have been shot before. I don't think I can walk up this, can I? Maybe I can. I can't walk up this. Okay, never mind. That's not bad. Well, that teleporter thing kind of sucks, doesn't it? Because you kind of can connect back. I guess it's just to avoid. No, there's nothing really here. I was about to say maybe it's just to avoid enemies in the valley, but there's nothing in the valley. Maybe there's that would be different. You know what? What if there's like a bunch of ambush predators inside that valley and we didn't know about it? That would make a lot of sense. Oh, hey, bleach bones. The sea. Okay, have we caught up to the sea? My grandfather told me stories of the 8 oasis when I was only a boy. In life, he was a legend. In death, he is little more than a needy, wanting spirit. It's all his fault that I'm in this predicament. If I don't find him soon. Oh. So he wandered off? Is that what happened? Wandered off and left you to deal with it? That would suck. But you can't really fault him for that, now can you? I mean, he's an old man. Probably, deranged. Enchanted bow. Enchanted hammer. Oh, they're like the walking armor. That happens in ore in Guild Wars 2. That's cool. I was like looking around like, what do you mean? That's not an enchanted hammer and bow. That's a person. And I'm like, okay. I didn't see it until I looked down at their ankles and I'm like, they either have very, very transparent skin or they are dead. Yeah, look at that. I'm looking at their armor. What kind of armor are they wearing? Is this city went to heck? What happened? There's definitely enemies here, but I'm not real worried about them. They definitely are smaller. I want to go to those bleached bones. Go over there. Hammer. Man, Hammer makes me miss Hammer. Okay. My third day alone, I managed to cover Aaliyah with enough sand and debris to hide her from my sight. I can't bear to watch as the elements and insects ravage her corpse. But I haven't had the strength to bury her properly. Soon I'll join her on the other side. But in the meantime, I wish nothing so much as to be as far from her as possible. God have mercy on me. Okay. Pretty rough. I get it. Now the thing is though, is there anything, should I go this way or should I go deeper into the city? Let's go deeper into the city. I'm kind of curious. This is interesting, though. This little opening we've got is kind of like right down the road kind of thing. That's just good to deal with these guys. Actually, hold on. Stay right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna run around, let this guy waste his time. Damn it, come on. Getting up with no energy is such a pain. There we go. Oh, I mean to hit that one. I meant to give my pet some better biting force. So hopefully we could beat them before the other unit came up behind us, but that's okay. I think I like the Guild Wars 2 one better when it comes to the like enchanted weapons, but I think it's just because to me that doesn't look so much like an enchanted weapon as it looks like an enchanted suit of armor, and I think I would have preferred it just saying suit of armor, like maybe like an archer armor or like a, you know, like it'd be specific based on them so you could see which ones have a bow, which one has a thing. How are you desert wandering? My desert wandering is not doing great. It's not bad, but we are just kind of wandering and hoping we find something. So far we have found a city that looks like it's been destroyed, bleached bones, and lots of death. Both from us and other people. More bleached bones. It came out of the dunes like a kraken, out of the sea. All teeth and meaty, flapping jaws. Then there was no time, nowhere to go. It bit down on Manrik, and when it pulled away, all that was left of the man we had once called our leader, were his leather boots and the remains of his ankles. That's fucked up. That's pretty cool, though. I guess I do like the desert and I'm exploring, but I'm so sick and tired of all the freaking pests. I do like the police bones contact because it tells me a lot. But the idea that all that's left is his boots and ankle—that's traumatizing. Okay, oh my god. No, that would be rough. But like I said, I'm so sick and tired of these damn spiders. Ugh. Like I said, the armor and gear actually looks kind of cool, and I actually enjoy hearing from them. But yeah, we're just kind of wandering around. We're supposed to be looking for what's her face, but meh. We found one town in this time frame. It wasn't a very big town. Nice little respite area. Hold up, we've got a bunch of hydras here. We've kind of looped back around a little bit, which is fine. It could be worse. We could still be in Ascalonia. Like, it could be worse. I hope we have enough strength to fight this thing. I still like the hydras better from Guild Wars 2. They just look so cute and terrifying. All squatty and whatnot. They look like also I like the snake heads they have, like the different one having more of a king cobra head and the other one's having like just similar but smaller. It's kind of nice. They have such personality. There we go. I was trying to think of the word for it, but they have personality. Thank God these are actually separated out, like spread out pretty well. I don't think I have to follow it. I like how every region you go into in this campaign, in this campaign has a war going on. Oh yeah, this is true. But here it's just the environment trying to kill you. It's pretty peaceful in a dangerous sort of way. Yeah, it's like it's the environment being hostile, so it's like nature versus you. I do like that they do mention this a lot. Because in Guild Wars 2, a lot of the danger in the desert is mostly cactus men attacking you. Like, there is, like, the sand snakes and everything like that, but it's much more, like, I feel like the types of deaths you could have in Guild Wars 2's desert is so much worse. He died immediately. I do need to fix his stats, I think. I don't think that's helping him. I mean, we're not losing too many though, so there is that. But yeah, like in Guild Wars 2, the desert's more. There's areas that aren't obviously civilized, but there's more people that are existing in the desert that aren't having as much problems. There's indications of horrible deaths, but most of them are just kind of laid back and kind of chiller. Like, you're likely to die from the desert cactus more than anything else. And, like, the forge taking up a lot of the space. Then again, in Guild Wars 2, I think things are different. There's more people in the desert, I think, in comparison to before. And then on top of, yeah, because of Joko, too. And because of that, I think it's more about, like, people being in your way. Yeah, it's actually changed in the river getting diverted, made it actually hospitable. Yeah. See, that's what I figured. I figured there was something to it. I haven't gotten close to figuring out the full information on what happened, but yeah. I do know that Joko really did change the game, though, because this is the thing too, right? Joko changed the game in a way because he's a lich basically, and he does bring back the dead. So why you technically could still die from the same things in the desert, in the Crystal Desert, technically speaking, it doesn't matter so much if you serve Joko because you just come back as as a husk, you know? You don't need to, like, worry so much. These ones do link back up together. I do like this. They seem like they overlap pretty well. I don't think all of the maps necessarily link back up this way, where there's 2 entry points to them. So yeah, I think Joko had his good things. He's still an ass, but he is at least he's kind of like reasonably good in some things. I don't know how to say it without it being. I guess he's jaded enough to make you hate him, but jaded enough to make you understand that he actually did have a point. He's not a stupid villain. He's just a weird one. He's just a weirdo. That's all it's to it. Okay. I actually have a Joko statue in my home instance in Guild Wars 2, but it's a coat rack. It's to hold my non-existent coats, which I would love to have. I want them to give me coats and materials to actually hang up on him, because I think that would be hilarious. I think I might have mixed these up. Nope, I got it. Okay. Those last two, I thought maybe I misremembered them. You know, the weird part is they probably could still bring back the same model for the Hydra. They could actually make a Hydra that's more akin to like a dinosaur theme, and maybe making it to where they were the predecessors. Because another thing that could be interesting, he's pretty great in this game too. That's pretty good. I was about to say, right, the Hydras look very skinny, and obviously they look more like a T-Rex than what the heck? They obviously look more like a T-Rex, you know, in this one than they do like the snake vibe thing. What kind of teleporter is that? You know what I mean? But it'd be really funny if maybe the reason why they are upright like this and tiny is due to the fact that there isn't a lot of water. So they have to be a little quicker. It's kind of like they have to walk like that. So Guild Wars 2 could always have used the same thing where you can come across, maybe they're still on all fours, but they're kind of more T-Rexy, vibey, and thinner. And maybe makes them more aggressive. I mean, these aren't too hard to fight. I think the Hydras in Guild Wars 2 are harder. At least compared to these. There may be harder ones later. I think the teleporter up there takes us down. And I think we have to go this way. Yeah. But I think that'd be kind of funny. There are some monsters in this game I wish they would bring into Guild Wars 2 that's in this game that they don't have. That I think would make it really funny. Okay. So I think I have to go the other way around. Yeah, I think it's on the other side. It was going to be one or the other. I wonder also, like, does he look the same or does he just look younger? Does he look fresher? That'd be hilarious. It's not going to happen. I'm sure we're going to see him in a much more dead fashion, like he's been dead for a long time kind of thing. But it'd be hilarious if he has skin still, like actual skin, and we see him as a flesh being. Because then I can know just how ugly the man was. Imagine, you could go into any Guild Wars 2 open map and say, praise Joko, especially Lion's Arch, definitely Lion's Arch. And you'll get like 30 people praising him back, and it's hilarious. It's like he's created a cult in-game and in real life. I think I'm close enough to it, but I don't know. Also, I noticed that in Guild Wars 2, there's not as many ghosts running around, except in Ascalonia. He's been undead for a long time before Guild Wars 1. I figured as much, but I was kind of hoping for not. Okay, so this is Agony Rock. So we did find Agony Rock. We were looking for Agony Rock. In Guild Wars 2, Agony Rock is like really it's not really it's a point of interest, but it's not it's kind of more like a closed off cave. This is actually an open space. Okay, who we talking to? Are you kidding me? There's an access to the path? There is an access to the path. I just didn't go up that way. I went down. If I had just went out of our moon and went straight to the other side, it would have been fine. I hate this. I don't even hate it because of it being the game's fault. It's my own damn fault. I should have just explored it. It's just an outpost near it. Yeah. Well, like, okay, that's fair. Because in Guild Wars 2, like, it's actually closed off, and it has, like, these pillars inside of it, like the thing. So, yeah. So I'm guessing the teleporter down there that looks all fancy is probably... Yeah, so that right there is probably actually Agony Rock then, maybe? But we'll see. Give me a second. I'm going to go talk to this person, see if she'll let me in. Or he'll let me in. Sorry. How do I get to Agony Rock? Yeah. Before you can gain entrance, you must first pass 3 tests. The former commander of those will be laying at the base of a rock himself. Okay. So yeah, so that is Agony Rock. So in Guild Wars 2, it's actually smaller, obviously shorter wise. It's still kind of like that where it's all closed. I think there are some spots you can see into, but there's shields to prevent you from actually getting into it, because there's actually a meta in that area that you have to do to get in there. And there's a bunch of like documents and stuff that you can get. I still have to get mine. I've been lazy. But I do like that the portals here are... There's one portal like this that's actually over by Agony Rock and Guild Wars 2. It's way smaller though, but it's the same shape. And it didn't occur to me that it's the same shape until I looked at it. I don't think these spikes stick that far out. They're kind of more like this, I think. Yeah, I know. It's Anguish Rock. I've always just called it Agony. Sorry. It's just how I am. I don't know if we'll be able to do what these tests they have us for us are. If we're gonna fight him, the battle he was vanquished by Pelin. Okay, by Joko, and he carried him into the field of battle and fell into the hands of the Forgotten in the Crystal Desert. Ascension is only available to those who are worthy of rising from the ranks of humanity. Seek out the thirsty river to the east. There you will prove your worth and be cleansed of your earthly purifications. Okay. What about you? You will remember these tests from Season 2 of Guild Wars 2. Probably. I can't remember exactly these tests, but they probably seem similar. You've reached the final destination of your quest. You cannot arrive there before you're ready. Head northwest of Reach, and you will be able to reassemble the crystal, the vision crystal. I know. I remember that. I don't remember much about it, but I remember it was a thing. Be warned, there's no traveling test. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Doom in the German Priory. Yeah, then... Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Because I joined I was part of the German Priory, so I spent a lot of time there. In life, I was a great general. I served. Even in death, I still served them. Before you can enter, you must travel south of the Dunes of Despair. There you will find... Okay. Do I have this on a mission somewhere? Okay, it's Crystal Desert. Okay, cool. So I need to make sure to remember that Crystal Desert is the one that I need to remember these. So I can remember to do this one. I like the German Priory. So it was really fun. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next game, which is Guild Wars 2. And... I think next time, obviously, when we play Guild Wars 1, we will continue on trying to do it. We have now made it to the point that we need to be at. Honestly, it's like right there, too, so it's pretty good. And we now can go out this back way and find out. Watch us go out the back way, and then I find out that the long way I took is actually better due to the fact that it wasn't full of ass hats. That would be the case, wouldn't it? I'd still be mad, but, like, it does sound about right. All right, so we're going to swap real quick.